Facebook. I didn't realize it got on. Normally it takes a little bit longer to start up. I'm hopefully also recording to YouTube. I'm sorry I'm doing this again. My microphone was not, this software didn't access my microphone, I guess because it was still on my Camtasia setting. And so, but this way, I'm going to do this a lot faster this time because I've already done it twice today. Let me just say that this is, my wife actually prompted me to do this time. She said you really should show people that it can be done. And if your wife, who was ticked at you for being fat for all these years, it comes out after you lose the weight, tells you, hey, help out other people, you know, I suppose other people might be in agreement. So I am 196 pounds today. I'll just record this for posterity. It is March 11th, 2019. When I got up this morning, I was 196 point something. And on December, well, you're going to see the pictures, and I think I can even give us the date. These are within one day. This is the Road to Hana. This is the second day we're in Hawaii. I believe this is the 11th of December. Let me pull this up now. I'm glad I didn't make that mistake. All right, so 11 December, that's my wife and I. It's her birthday the next day. That's why we're there. And I was 230, and you know, I've already been there a few days, so it's 235, 6 or 7. I had gotten down at 231 about 2 weeks before this, and then I got gout again. I discussed that in a previous video because every time I was losing weight, my body would send out more uric acid to try to heal itself. And because I've been eating carbs and sodas for years, I was probably getting pretty insulin resistant. Now, just to show you, I can probably go forward. Okay, that's me in action. That's more of how I sort of saw myself. I had a gut, but I felt like, oh, I can still do athletic stuff. And I did, actually. I worked out almost every day. For some reason, it's not going forward. There we go. So I guess I'm going to have to do this the hard way. Okay, now this is the picture that you showed me the other day that blew me away. I didn't know I was that thick and round. I look at that and I'm like, wow, that's my perception of me trying to get in shape by working out all the time. I really wasn't succeeding. I mean, that's brutal. Let's see if I can go to the next one. And this is the wide angle view. That's Hawaii. I think that's around Kanapali. It's around the corner. I don't know. When I'm thinking of the map, I don't know whether it's west. Yeah, actually, okay, so the surf was sort of hitting that shore. So it was December. I'm going back to my surf day. So if you're on a North Shore, so if you're getting surfing in Hawaii, it's the North Shore. So this was there's an area, I believe, north of Kanapali, even north of the areas where people surf and snorkel. Maybe it already turned the corner and was starting to go east. I don't know. I think it was just north. 10, 15 minutes outside of Kanapali. So that, my wife said, you ought to take a picture. This took, I don't know, 10 or 15 shots. I just took them all because I realized how hard it is to take a shot of yourself rear facing, sort of, or looking at your rear. And now this turned out better than I thought. The head-on view, I still have some, body fat to lose. I figure I'm about 20% here, and I want to get down to 12 or 10. And so, I don't know, is that really, I'm at 196, and I want to lose 10%, so I still got 20 pounds to go? I don't know, you tell me. I'm thinking 10 to 15 pounds, and I'll be where I want to be, which is ripped. But I do still have some fat on me. And that's with a shirt on. None of my shirts are fitting right now because they all gather because I've lost so much weight. But I think this is the same. These are the same blue shorts. Did I have those? I think I had them on. So this is the comparison. Well, let me just finish these pictures and we'll go back to the top. Oh, this is going to be a front shirt. If I can pull it up. I don't know. This is weird. You can see I'm clicking. Oh, there we go. My computer's probably just a little slow because I'm recording. All right, so this is, I don't know. I see that. I see a little fat. Maybe it's not 20 pounds. But I still have more to go. And I'm at that stage where I'm figuring out what to do now because I know from this stage when I was younger if I just ran more and lifted a little harder, I would cut the weight and be where I wanted to be. But I'm not in my 20s anymore. But I have noticed lately, because I'm pretty low carb, very low carb, I'm not getting that glycogen back into my muscles. So if I work out hard, or I run pretty hard while I'm doing hiking, I have to go easier the next few times. I mean, I'm doing it every day, but because I don't have the carbs to restore the energy, it's hard for me to push really hard day after day. I can do it once in a while, but not every day. So I'm thinking maybe I end the carbs, I end the keto, and I go back to single ingredient foods, eating bananas and grapes, seeing if that restores my carbs. And if not, maybe I go back to low carbs, but a well-rounded diet. And then we see and know I got to step up my running, which I can now do. I always said when I was 235, 240, I was in the 240s once, that I can run still, and I did, but I was like, this has got to be wearing out my joints. I know, actually, because when I'm running, I'm feeling pretty light. I know I could run it off from here and not do that much damage to my joints, I believe. Anybody who's got experience with what to do when you're in your target range, because I did hit my target range. I had like 2 or 3 targets, and I hit them. Although 195, 196, 195 is really the next target I had in mind. So anyway, let's compare the brutal picture there with this. Will probably, that's. I mean, I'm not kidding there. That's real. That's December. This is the first day I was in Hawaii, so it's December 10th, and that's 235, 236. And this is March 11th, 196. I don't know. So if you're in your 50s and wondering if intermittent fasting and keto can work for you, I did for me. And I'll just tell you, I cut out the carbs while I was in Hawaii, but I ate fruit, and I think that's why my gout went away. When I came back, I was finally under that weight that I was stuck to. It was 231. I got to like 227, I think it was, 228. And then I went single ingredient foods, low carb, but I ate a little bread on some burgers a couple times. And I lost 20 pounds doing the intermittent fasting in the single ingredient foods in 3 weeks. And then I've lost the rest of the weight doing keto. And that was also pretty fast. At first, the last 5 pounds have been work. And there was even a couple days where I fell out of keto because I went to a deli and they didn't mention that there was... I was probably my mistake on the order, but they had a bunch of stuff on the salad and the chicken. And I know I fell out of keto because the next day I was really, really hungry for the first time. And I was so grumpy and hungry. And it took me a few days to get back into it. And now, in this last week, twice now, the next day, even though I've stuck to the keto, I was heavier the next day. Only by a little. Like I went from 196 to 197. And I got back to 196 yesterday. And I was a little bit higher today. I was still in the 196s. But I think that these last pounds are going to be tough. Anyone got experience doing that? Let me know. I might consider it. I'll share it. So anyway, I'm not doing this for any other reason but to tell people my age that if you're working out, and you're not losing weight, intermittent fasting. I know everyone told us to eat breakfast. I suppose I could eat breakfast and lunch and not eat dinner. But I'm choosing to eat food around 12 or 1 o'clock, sometimes a little later, and then dinner. And I have to admit, I even snack on nuts or cheese sometime around 9:30 or 10, but not every day. And I don't know. When I look at this picture, I'm not where I want to be. So it's a little glass half full. But I cannot believe that this was me 89 days ago. I counted the days before I got on. I mean, I can't believe that that's the same guy. I mean, I know it's the same guy. I can't believe that I lost weight that fast. That it's not just someone else's story, that it's my story. It's pretty cool. That intermittent fasting, single ingredient, intermittent fasting and low carbs. Let's just call it that. Intermittent fasting and very low carbs. And my brother was asking me how I feel. I wake up with much more energy. I don't bog down or bonk during the day and have to like spike some carbs. Now, maybe the caffeine in the morning is helping. And oddly, I am sleeping less because when I wake up, I don't fall back asleep. So, you know, I just say go for it. And I have another video on YouTube where I discuss it. And I have a video on Facebook where I discussed it. So let me just say, I got a lot of my information. I have a link in the video at the bottom there. But Thomas DeLauer, Dr. Berg, this other guy who talked about, had a lecture on metabolic syndrome and what gout was. Dr. Berg really explained a lot about gout to me. And then in the gym, I'm incorporating a lot of the things that Jeff Cavalier talks about on Athlete X. And I'm not big yet the way I want to be or buff. So I'm not going to sit here and say, follow Jeff Cavalier because you do this. But I hopefully will say, by the way, now after I got to my target weight and it was time to get bigger, I followed Jeff Cavalier's advice and exercises. And I crushed it at my age, but I'm not there yet. But if you were thinking about how to do that, I'd say go to Athlete X on YouTube. He's got just a wealth of information on there. And from the things I knew and learned about when I was younger, and I was in Division I, so I talked to my trainers in there. I used to read a lot of books. I knew a lot. Things have progressed, but the things I know, Jeff never seemed inconsistent with that stuff. And then the other stuff, it seems great to me. So that's where we are. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye. John McConnell.